in part 2. I wanted to talk about exercise and fat loss.
All right. These magical fat burning exercises that we all hear about, right?
Yes. I had questions about it. I was like, no. Um, but man, I've been listening to a lot of powerlifting podcasts. Like, not that I'm trying to become a competitive powerlifter.
Yeah, you got the bug after doing your your max.
No, it's not the bug. Now it's like I was 2% away. So frustrated.
Yeah, you're welcome for
ah, uh, um, the so close. And oh, I don't know if I told you, I got an adjustable bench. So we have now increased the versatility of our home gym. Um, and I found a way to be able to basically use my barbell like a functional trainer. So
nice.
all I need is another weight pin and another set of collars. So probably sometime in the next week, I'll have another weight pin, another set of collars, and boom, I have a functional trainer.
Nice.
So, super stoked about that. Like, I was just, as soon as I saw the guy post a video about it, I was just like, whoa, mind blown. Like, I
I can
already
do
had,
this.
it's 1-to-1, the weight resistance, right? Because I only have a singular pulley. It's not going
Right.
to do two things. Um, but I have two pulleys, so I can have singular resistance, and the pulleys have like a pass through thing, so you can put it on the end of the barbell sleeve, and then they use the two collars to sandwich it so that way it doesn't slide around on your barbell. And
Okay,
then
that's intriguing.
yeah, I'll send you the video right now.
Awesome.
It's on Instagram. Um, but I showed Susan like, yeah, I just got to get this, and she's like, oh, that is really simple. It's like, yeah, and now we have an adjustable bench, and we'll do this, and the plethora of exercises that are opened up to us in our home gym.
That's awesome. I'm eternally jealous every morning I go to the gym of your home gym setup.
Yeah, it is awesome. Yeah, we need to figure out a time when you can come by and we can actually work out together. It'll be great.
Oh, definitely.
Um, the only downside, which this is a downside of people similar to me that don't have like a commercial gym as their home gym, is that there's an additional amount of time you have to spend to like swap out things. But um, so it's not as simple as going from a bench to a squat rack because you have to move the barbell to be able to utilize it. Um, I did mention that uh, to my wife, and this is like, hey, second barbell, and she's like, no. It's like, okay, maybe next time. Um, but this episode will come out close to the end of January. Will be January 26th. So for those of you listening up there right now, after we got done rambling about home gym things, you should be thinking about your fat loss goals for the summer right now.
Right. Not walking up to somebody at the end of May and going, all right, I've got to get beach ready.
Yeah, like you're not going to be ready for the beach in June if you ask me. You might be ready for the beach in September at the end of it,
Yeah, get that nice yeah, Labor Day cut going. Yeah.
but this this is the time of year where a lot of people are kind of thinking about it. It's kind of in the back of their mind. They're like, I'm really looking forward to when it's going to be warm again and I'm going to be able to go outside, um, go to the beach, go on whatever vacation. Um, when we were in undergrad, do you remember when the spring break was?
Early to mid March.
It was the first full week of March
Was it? Gee,
every year. It was always when we lined it up, there was a like a line on Florida. Like we'd put it in there and be like, it has to be this far. We have to go this point or lower, so that way it's warm. Spring break is there. Otherwise, it's not gonna be warm. Like plenty of people went to Destin, and then they were like in like hoodies.
Well, it's like for my Christmas trip every year. I try to go to the beach and I try to see like how close I can stay to like in driving distance. Especially this year, the plane tickets were outrageous. So I went down to Daytona, and like it was warmish for like the first like day and a quarter I was there, and then yeah, after that it was like I was walking to restaurants. It's like, nah, I'm getting in my car. Like it's cold. This is too cold to do this.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. But if you started in, if you had like your first spring break thing was the first week of March, when would you start your cut to get ready for the beach?
I like to subscribe to kind of the bodybuilder mentality of that, that cutting phase. So you're looking at 8 to 12 weeks. So 2 to 3 months before.
Right. So you would have started right after Christmas was over.
Yeah, I would have enjoyed Christmas and then be like, all right, let's get started.
Not waiting for the new year, new you. Got to get started.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, December 26th new me. That's
Right. Right. So most of us, though, at this point in my life, I don't know about you, Matt, but at this point in my life, I can kind of pick whenever we go on vacation. Like we kind of know, slated out next year when we're going to go on vacation way ahead of time. And so I can go back and utilizing the proper plan, I can back up in time and say, this is when I need to start thinking about getting cut, getting leaned out for whatever summer vacation I want to be on, whatever thing where I will show off that I am an ornament as well as an instrument.
woohoo.
So I get a lot of people ask me questions about what's the best exercise to help you cut fat.
A caloric deficit.
Just
There,
an
boom,
exercise.
done.
That is a challenge. So I completely agree with you. Calories in versus calories out is definitely a thing. You can go back and look at our episode on what's keeping you from getting lean. There's a lot of stuff in there. But one of the things I most heavily rely on for myself and also for clients, I definitely think it bodes them well, is a reverse diet where you're slowly adding calories to adjust your metabolism up, which you can do while you're bulking up. If you're trying to build muscle mass, you're going to have to go in a higher calorie surplus to build muscle mass, anyways. But if you're trying to get lean at a certain point in time, if you back up that 8 weeks and then you go 8 weeks back from that, right? So it's a total of 16 weeks or 4 months. Utilizing your first set of 8 weeks, you could, in theory, and most people, like I've done it at a greater amount, but you could add up to 800 extra calories to your day. So that way, that gives you an extra 800 calories to chop off to start utilizing your calorie deficit.
Right.
And that's done in a relatively simple thing, which people are like, that sounds too complicated. But adding 100 calories each week. So if you started out at 2,000 calories, you went to 2,100 calories, then 22, and so forth. So you got to 2,800. You could chop down to 2,300 and then again to 1,800 for those next 8 weeks where you're trying to lose fat. So like 4 weeks at 2,300 and then 4 weeks at 1,800, and you're going to see fat loss come off. But this is where I tell people, and they're like, but that doesn't make sense. Strength training is going to help you maintain your muscle mass during that entire time.
Yep.
But that is not where you're going to burn the most amount of calories. So,
yeah, like I always love the programs that are like, well, yeah, if you use this method, you continue to burn up to 1,000 calories past your workout. Like, No, like post post strength training workout, you can burn up to 10% of the calories you burned during that workout. So let's say during my strength training workout, I burned 200 calories, which is actually a pretty darn good bit just doing straight sets. Like so I can burn an additional 20 calories as I recover. Yay!
Yeah,
I
that's
can
the
I can have a fifth of a light beer. Yay! Like
I would be so mad. This is what I can have. But yeah, when we're thinking about calorie, we don't talk about it a lot on here, but you have to do, I mean, we talk about it fair enough now, but we don't, you have to do some additional cardiovascular work to burn the extra calories to get into a fat loss phase without negating your strength training routine.
which is actually what I'm doing right now because I'm playing around with the idea of cutting. I'm not sure if I really want to do it, but like I previously mentioned a few podcasts ago, I'm adding 20 to 30 minutes of cardio 2 to 3 days a week. And I'm going to see how that's doing without tinkering with my diet. Strength training programming staying the same, and then may tinker with my diet if in a few weeks I'm not losing weight. But theoretically, I should be because I've everything's staying the same, which I was maintaining. So theoretically, I should, with increased caloric expenditure, lose some weight.
Yeah. I'm looking at, I'm still in a bulk, quote unquote, bulk phase. I need to kind of dial it in to figure out exactly what I need to be doing. But I haven't been taking creatine. So I have a lot of creatine that I have. So I'm going to probably do that and bulk up so that way I can work on getting over 900 pounds in April. So 16 weeks planning that out. And then like we're going on our summer vacation in August this year, not in June. So I'll have from April to August to cut.
There you go. So good time window for all of that. Smart goals.
Yeah, yeah. And outside, it'll be nice and warm. So I don't have to worry about doing cardiovascular work inside. So that's the small things can go a long distance. One of my favorite things that I've recently learned that would help both your resistance training and cardiovascular burn is lunging for time. So this is gonna sound nuts, but instead of killing yourself on the treadmill and just running endless miles, pick a point in a gym or outside. Doesn't matter where you're at. Pick a point, lunge to that point, turn around, lunge back. Or if it's outside, you could do laps around a track. And generally speaking, this is very general, it's going to take you a long time to lunge for any great amount of distance.
Yeah, even just a quarter mile of lunging is not fun.
So set yourself a time. So lunge for 5 minutes, lunge for 10 minutes, whatever it is. Doesn't matter the distance, but just continue to do the lunges. You might have to stop and take a breath, take a break to catch your breath. But that amount of cardiovascular work that's going to be required for you to do all of those lunges is going to help burn a lot of extra calories in the cardiovascular capacity, but it's also a strength building exercise. It's going to help build your legs, which are some of the largest things you have in your body available to you. And also that's going to help out with like your definition when you're having small amounts of clothing on your beach trip. You're trying to get leaned out.
So you can run around with a Speedo on.
Yeah.
Show those quads.
That's what I'm planning on doing. I'm doing that, and I'm going to add in some more HIIT when I get there at that point in time. But a lot of people, like I said, don't like, they think they can just like lift weights faster, which is a joke. That's not actually going to help you anything. Yeah, that's.
I hope there's nobody that really believes that. Like I've always seen that like as a joke. I really hope there's nobody that's like.
I mean, I've jokingly said it, but I think people thought I was serious. What do you do for cardio? Lift weights faster. That's same weight. I just magically lifted faster this time. No, not, not the case. But for those of you out there that are trying to, is like I said, this is the end of January, so it's coming out. So that are thinking about trying to get lean or thinking about, oh, have some time. You want to think about it right now. You want to keep your strength training at the same intensity. Do not decrease it. So that doesn't mean chop up your rest times and those things. You want to be the same amount of intensity in your strength training to help you preserve your muscle mass throughout your cut phase.
Yeah, my strength training is always the constant, whether I'm bulking, maintaining, cutting. The strength training remains the same. It's the caloric expenditure and the amount of food I'm taking in. So strength training always remains my base for everything.
So it can be low intensity, steady state cardio, or it could be high intensity interval training. Either of those things are going to be the great way to add a little bit of cardiovascular work on top of your strength training that's going to help you burn the most amount of calories to help you cut the fat that you want to cut. But either way, that's all I got.
That sounds like a good stopping point to me.
If you're out there and you're listening to this and you're hindering, you're just on the edge, like, what should I do? I'm not really sure what I should do with my health and fitness goals. Go to franchisenutritionandfitness.com, sign up for your free meet and greet. We can help you figure out what those goals are, help you narrow them down, create a SMART goal, help you achieve them, and also provide you all the support and accountability to get you there when you want to get there. But like we say every week, maximize every bite.
Maximize every rep.